Hello, you're listening to No Kids, No Pain. I'm Romina Puma.
And I'm Luca Cupani, and this podcast is about the choice of being child-free.
Each week we will explore the topic of choosing not to have kids.
And we would love to hear from you too.
If you decide to be child-free,
don't feel guilty, this is the podcast for you.
And if you have kids,
here's what you're missing out.
Welcome to a new episode of No Kids, No Pain. As usual, I'm here with my co-host, Luca Cupani.
Hello, hi Romina, thank you. Welcome back to this new episode. Today, what are we gonna talk about?
Oh, today is very topical.
Today it's a big event because tonight there was the election in the US, and we woke up knowing that
Trump
President
won.
of the United States is Donald Trump again.
When did you discover that?
Again.
Yeah, I know.
No, I knew already. I went to sleep late and I already knew it didn't look good for Harris. So I knew it was very difficult. Yeah, because I went to sleep at 1, 2 a.m. It was late and it was already looking bad.
Yeah.
Then I woke up very early at 6 and it was definitely bad. So that was like, it was almost, It was.
It wasn't looking
and
good.
then luckily I had to take a flight, so I missed. I had to take a flight, which helped because I missed the announcement, the official announcement. When I landed, everything was already
settled.
Everything has already happened. So
now I discovered it this morning when I got up while I was having breakfast. There were only 4 votes missing for Trump to get to that, 270 point that then it was official.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm having a deja vu because I remember when he ran for president the first time around. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, it was in 2016. And
the year of Brexit.
Yes, and I was in New York when that happened. And again, I was like, oh my God. I woke up in the morning and the news was saying Trump won. I was like, what is wrong with these people? And now, same again. I went to bed. I woke up in the morning and the news is he won. I was like, no, that is so bad. It made me anxious, to be honest.
Sounds selfish, but I thought sounds very selfish. I'm happy that I don't have kids, and especially I don't have daughters. Also, I don't live in the US, so probably this kind of shelters you, protect you a little bit.
True,
but I'm happy that I don't, because I think that
it affects the whole world.
Yes, I'm very worried for the international situation, Ukraine, and that's the thing that worries me the most, and Europe as international policy, because that wouldn't, or maybe, who knows, maybe is that for once the European Union, European countries will start getting more independent and autonomous from the US. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe they will push for their values. Because one thing I noticed is that, think about, Italy is not a good example because we're not much better than the US in many, in terms of politics.
Yeah.
I don't. If you think about human rights, women rights, abortion and stuff, we're not much better. But if you think about the Northern European countries, they are way more advanced. And I would love if those values of the European, like Sweden, Norway, could become, mainstream. Instead, it seems we are going backwards. It seems that we are going back to, we want to control women's body. We want to decide what they can do and what they cannot do.
Apparently, a lot of the voters were Hispanic, and I don't understand that. Didn't he say that he wanted to build a wall and now they're voting for him? It's just surreal.
Yeah, but because if they vote, it means that um, they're already citizens. They don't risk anything, you know.
Ah,
Like if you think about, uh, I mean, we know I met in the past people that were from Italian family living in the UK, and they were in favor of Brexit because they were already safely in the United Kingdom, and then they didn't want new people. You know, you look for a new, yeah,
so their thinking is, I'm already here. I don't want the rest of my fucking family to come over here and
yeah,
steal my
or
job. So that's the thinking, maybe.
yeah. You met sometimes, like if, I know the Italian community. You met someone that is so pro British that is almost like you can't discuss about anything. Say, oh, maybe this thing is not perfect. Oh, what do you mean? Go back to your country. Say, okay, no, I'm just saying maybe this thing can be improved, but I don't want to accept any criticism. It's a,
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe we need more than political commentators. Sometimes we need psychologists because I
Mhm.
think there's a lot of I'm not saying mental
Psychology.
issue, but there's a lot
Yeah.
of psychology that
Yeah.
play a role
Historians will
in how
write
people
about this a
choose
lot.
who they want. Yeah, but because it's it's mad when you think about how people sometimes either they choose someone they can, for reason I don't understand, identify with, or sometimes they just want to hurt other categories of people, so they
Yeah.
vote for the one who promised to be the nastier, the meaner. Oh, I will do this and
Yeah.
that so I can evil
But
punish someone, which isn't clever. Mm.
yeah, well, I was reading this article today about a debate that they were having when they were still, heading to today's votes. And it was about abortion. That Kamala Harris was saying if he wins, he will, put this law in place that you can't have an abortion. It won't be legal anymore. And he kept saying, no, this is
Mm.
not true. I won't do that. I will leave it to the voters, what they vote, and whatever will come out of it, I will accept it. But at the end of the day, to be honest, I don't really trust what he says because sometimes what he says is not really what he does.
But also because it's kind of, I believe, fishy when they say I leave it to the state. Like if I was reading in Florida, there's already a ban on abortion after 6 weeks, which I mean, I don't know even how can a woman find out about being pregnant within six. I mean, some people don't even realize after 7 or 8 weeks. And imagine planning an abortion in so little with so little time. And so there were the proposal to amend to change this ban on abortion, illegal after 6 weeks, but not enough people turned out. You know, every state in the US are their own rule. So there was a rule that apparently at least 60% of people had to vote in order for the result to change, and only 57% came. So again, because probably maybe also men are not even interested in those. They don't see the reproductive rights of women as something that affect everyone, because it could affect their wives, their daughters. It's not just because you're a man. They or maybe they want to control the body of the women's body, so they are in favor of this ban because they don't have to go through pregnancy anyway. So I don't know. It's mad, and yeah, and they are making abortion more difficult. I was reading in Texas they have already made complicated or almost impossible to have an abortion when it's very late and is dangerous for the woman, and so a few women have already died. And it's crazy because those tend to be mothers. Sometimes they have other kids or they wanted to be mothers. So they're not even child free. They would like to have a child. So it's I don't know. It's going backward. And in Europe, there's a similar movement. In Italy, a lot
Mm.
against abortion. I'm just I'm just happy that I will not have kids and also because don't you find weird this obsession with women that have to make babies because we need babies. There's a birth rate is down, but then when you look at the world, there are plenty of babies and families, but they have probably the wrong color or the wrong religion or they are poor. So when the same political parties that are very, very in favor of abortion are very, very against immigrants or people that could actually bring babies
Yeah,
to the and most of the time they don't want them precisely because they say no, they have too many kids, it will change the demographic. But well, face it, I mean, if you need babies, there are
yeah,
babies, they
there you
come with their
are.
families,
Yeah,
no need to for us to
it's
breed.
it is ridiculous. That what makes me really, really angry is we are in 2024 and it feels like we are back in the 50s or something. Instead of going forward,
Yeah,
people should be a little bit more, how can I say? I'm not saying clever, but knowing how the past was, just learn from it. But it doesn't seem to be the case. I mean, look at all the wars that are going on. I mean, why? Why do we have to have all these wars going on? Why can't we just be happy with each other and just let it be? Leave these people alone. What give you? I mean, once you do this war, what do you get out of it? I don't understand. I might be ignorant, but I don't understand.
you mean like the actual wars, the wars like
Yeah,
happening in the
yeah,
world?
yeah.
I think
They wanna just break balls to everyone.
no, yeah, but they never. So another thing, they don't consider the other person at the same level. So the enemy is not even a person like that. They don't give dignity of people. Like in Gaza, they those who are doing a lot of, I would say, war crimes, according to what I've seen. They are very, very. They don't consider, for instance, Palestinian like a people. They say, well, not they're not Palestinian, they're Arab. Palestine doesn't exist. They should go back to some Arab country. So it's I don't know. Yeah, they never they don't see each other like part of the same family. And so then they
Yeah.
become very. Then once you start dividing between them
I
and
don't
us,
know. I might be
it's.
wrong, but in my opinion, all these people, I think they're ignorant because ignorance brings to this kind of stuff. If you are a little bit more educated, then maybe you see things in a different light. But the power comes from people like Trump, who I think is educated, but still they behave like I don't want to even say the word.
I believe there is, yeah, there's education, but there's also emotional intelligence, empathy, acknowledging the other people, that the person, like someone who has their own rights, and you see this, for instance, with women's rights. It feels a little bit like the old Trump campaign was a sort of a campaign against women, against the independence of women. They like to have the traditional wives. So wife should be a mother. So if it's not a mother, she's not a a good woman.
Yeah,
So
but we
woman
are,
should
as
be
I
a wife,
said,
and the wife
we
should
are
be a
not in
mother.
the 50s anymore. That is the thing. We're not in the 50s anymore, but still, they
Yeah, I
behave
know,
and
but
they
well,
do things like we are
yeah.
still in that era.
I hope this is just a sort of a backlash. Like, whenever you push forward in some sort of social evolution, then there's a tendency to like as almost as if the pendulum swings back for a while, but then
Mm,
it goes back again. So maybe this is just a reaction because a lot of people have a lot of people like to either control other people or they don't like other people independence and freedom, because if you see people around living a life different from yours
mm,
and being happy, this might question you, might be uncomfortable because maybe you start thinking, okay, the values I follow, the life I lead, is it the only one, or maybe is there other possibility? And then it forces you to reevaluate your life. Sometimes you need to consider, and people don't quite like this freedom in other people. They rather want everyone to follow the same script, and if they don't, they should be somehow punished. And I believe that what happens with abortion and independent women who don't want kids happily, the old Taylor Swift, I don't know if you followed during the campaign. Taylor Swift self-described herself as a cat lady, like you are a cat lady, because
ah,
the now Vice President J.D. Vance, the guy that helps Trump, said that said a woman without kids is kinda useless or sort of deranged, and yeah, that's what I don't know. This is I think they fear the autonomy, independence, freedom of other people, so they try to control it.
yeah.
And now this is the pendulum is here. We need to
What do
to
we need
keep,
to do? Hope for the
how can I
best
say, keep calm,
and carry on.
keep calm. Be aware of. We need to resist. Yeah, we need to be able to defend our values if they get challenged, because in America now, people that want this kind of freedom are a minority. They will
Mm,
be officially for 4 years a minority because they lost. And
yeah,
I believe this, as you said, this will have an effect across Europe and everyone. So we need to be able to say, yeah, we might be at the moment a minority, but we still think that everyone should be able to live the life they want, that women have rights, that if you don't want kids, it's fine, no matter how many people are in the world, it's fine. And there are 8 billion people, so yeah, it's definitely fine. And every choice is right if it doesn't hurt anyone. So I don't know. What do you think? How are you planning to cope with the new administration?
I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared because I
Well,
think,
at least you don't have kids.
yeah, I know, but I think that it is one of the things that, but it is mainly there in the US that will probably affect over here as well. But also, my concern is things will change with the wars that are going on. And I don't know, my fear is that
Yeah.
we're gonna go into a third world war. That's my fear.
Oh, a new world war? No, I
World
don't.
War Three.
I don't know. I
That's
don't
my fear.
know.
I don't know. I hope not,
Well,
but that's my fear.
no,
Am I too
I
negative?
don't think so because, well, probably Trump will do as he's told to. So whatever like Putin or other dictators want, he will give them,
Yeah.
which is not ideal, but
Yeah.
yeah, he likes dictators apparently. But again, I want to be optimistic. Maybe now, for once, those men, mainly men who keep complaining about everything's being someone else's fault, maybe they will not have excuses anymore. So now they won big, they
Yeah.
got the president they chose. And
Yeah.
now let's see if in 4 years' time
Yeah.
their lives improve. And let's see if by making the life of other people more difficult, they really can improve their own lives. Because this is the thing I never understood. It's not by making life harder for I don't know, women, immigrants, LGBT people, foreigners, whoever, that you make your life better. You should focus on yourself, on your
Yeah.
lives, on your problems, and try to solve that. Is never like, say, I don't know, all of us, we have needs. There are things we would like to change in our lives. But if someone promises you to make life miserable for the people across the road, this doesn't really solve your problem. You will still have your problem, and there will be miserable people across the
Mm.
road, but it doesn't really help,
Yeah, yeah. I
I
don't know.
don't
I
think.
think I will deal with this just as I always do, just taking a day by day. And if anything happens that affects me personally, then I will deal with it on the spot. There's no other way. What else can I do? Although I get really anxious, I get panic attacks sometimes because my head, as a woman, our head just keeps thinking of several things, right? And sometimes I think of, oh, what if this happens? What if that happens? But then there is nothing that you can really do. So then the way I'm trying to calm myself down and try to relax is just let's take it day by day.
No, I think this is wise. This makes sense. Again, I know it could be selfish, but at least we will hopefully we will only see a mild impact on our lives because we live outside the US, because on many of those issues they cannot really hurt us because we don't have kids, so we don't have daughters to protect. I know it sounds selfish, but it's one of the reason I'm happy to be child free.
Yeah,
We don't have they can't hurt us much. Luckily, we belong to sort of categories that are always considered that they're very rarely discriminated. Women, yes, they are. You suffer more, but at least
yeah.
imagine being a,
Also, I'm
I don't know,
disabled, so that doesn't help.
LGBT. Oh yeah, no, this doesn't help. You're right. Well, but you don't live in the US, so it's kinda
Yeah, I know. But still,
here probably
anyway.
things will change. Yeah, it's been a long electoral night. It doesn't feel like the beginning of a bright day in
No.
terms of politics. Is it will be a long, like a winter, a long winter. You know when
Yeah.
you change
4 years
your clock
of
and then it gets
winter.
dark at 3. Yeah, and then it gets dark at 3 p.m. They what do they call it? Daylight saving. No, the we enter in dark, a long night.
We
So we need
entering
to
the
have a
dark
kappa. We need to have
ages.
a onesie or a good.
We entering the dark age.
Yeah, but historians they say that those ages weren't that dark. So maybe these are the dark. Maybe in the future they will know as the proper dark ages, our ages, not the
Yeah.
medieval period.
Yeah.
But it's a long night. So what do we do when it's a long night? It's a long cold winter night that might last for years.
Yeah.
So we need to have a kappa, we need to have some comfort food, a
Yeah.
nice duvet and a nice
It's
PJ
biscuits.
and something to watch on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, biscuits, something to watch on TV, a teddy bear would help, and you got your cat, so it's perfect.
Yeah.
We are equipped, we are ready,
Yeah.
more or less.
Absolutely. Anyway, that brings us to the end of the episode. As usual, you can
Yes,
tell us
I
what you
know
think.
it was a sort of a off topic because the topic as the election is a big thing that might change the course of history. So if you have any opinion, if maybe our listeners are all celebrating and jubilant and happy because they all voted for Trump. Who knows? So
Yeah.
please, if you are happy or if you are sad or if you have something to say, let us know. You can email us at nokidsnopain@gmail.com
Or you can
or
message us on social media on Instagram. No kids, no pain. And that is all.
yes,
Thank
yes. See
you.
you next time, which won't be in 4 years' time.
Yeah. Thank you,
See you.
Luca. Thank
Bye.
you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, Romina.